Yo guys, what's going on? It's Burt Crown, and we are going to talk today about how can we make moments better, right? How can hut moments get better than what they are now? How can we improve upon it, and how can it be more enjoyable for the player base, and how can it fit into their play the game as you want mentality? Well, I'm going to get into it, and I want you guys to leave in the comment section down below if you think this would be a good way to do hut moments, or if you think hut moments needs to be changed in a different way, but let me know, because I would love to get your guys' feedback, so maybe we can get this passed on to EA and see if we can get anything to happen about the moments, because there's some that just, let's just get into it. Okay, so when it comes to hot moments, you know, there's different skill levels of players that do things at different rates, and they can do things at different times, right? And for instance, when you come down here to this Mitchkov moment, right? On All-Star, 2-minute periods, you're down by 3, and you're starting in the second period. So really, you have 4 minutes to get a hat trick with a player in a moment that has never gotten a hat trick before in the NHL. Now, Mitchkov had 6 goals in 16 games, and it takes him relatively around 12 to 13 periods to score 2 goals. So why do we have to do it in 2 periods and get 3 goals, right? So it's just some moments come across as ridiculously, obnoxiously hard just to get you frustrated and not enjoying it. And this is where it comes down to a lot of moments, and this is how we could change it to make it better. So you go through the moments, shoulder checks, sure. Perfect one-timers, sure. Toe drags, sure. And score 2 goals with Will Smith, down by 3 with 3 minutes left in the third period. So now you got to get 2 goals in a 3-minute span, down by 3. And the reason they do the down by 3 and they do the down by 3 is so you can't pull the goalie, right? If it was 0-0, you'd get a goal, you'd pull the goalie, you'd get 2 goals on empty nets, and you'd get an easier moment that way. Well, they've removed that because, again, we want to make them obnoxiously frustrating. So these aren't moments, they're just tasks, right? And if we're going to make just tasks, I am 100% fine with that. We can do one of 2 things. These would be my ideas. Is when you click on the moment to go into it, right in this area here, you can select rivals or squad battle. And what you would do is you would go in with a loner team. Just when you click on this, right? It's a preset lineup of 20 guys that you go in with, and you have to, in that game, in squad battles or rivals, you have to get 2 goals with Will Smith in that game. When you click on this, you have to get 3 toe drags with Stankoven. If you want to do it in rivals, do it in rivals. If you want to do it in squad battles, do it in squad battles. Now, where this is good is you get XP for doing this stuff. You're actually working on your XP path while you're working on moments to get yourself a 79 overall player. Now, that may be a little aggressive or a little too far advanced for technology that is currently available. So let's try to change it up a little bit more. Let's say we still have this moment screen, right? So what we can do is we can incorporate this, even though this is a terrible visual, we can incorporate all of this, right? Where, oh, look at this. If we go in here, score 30 goals with next-gen players. Okay, so we have a system that tracks stuff like that in rivals and squad battles. So when we go over to moments, let's say this in particular moment is score goals with Will Smith. Now that requires you going out and getting Will Smith, which you're not going to want to do just for an 81 overall next gen card. But let's say by clicking on this, you get a loaner card for 3 to 4 days. So now you put this Will Smith in your lineup, and for the next 3 to 4 days, you try to get 2 goals with him in 1 game. Same with Mitchkov. You go select this card. It gives you a loaner card for 3 to 4 days. And you go and try to score in squad battles, rivals, champs, whatever. With this loaner card, you have to get 3 goals in one game to finish it. That would be one way to do it, where once you select it, it goes to your inbox and you can get it that way. Though that would be 2 of my ways of thinking about it. Or you can use a base Mitchkov or something. I wouldn't want to do bases. I'd rather do the loaner because I'd rather them loan you the MSP. And then you get to play with it for a little bit, and then you carry on, right? And then you're like, okay, I just played 2-3 days with this loaner card. I want to go build them. Now I know, but they need to get away from playing moments like this where it just frustrates people to frustrate people. Like we see it time and time again, where you have no time, you're down by an impossible margin. On pro, you have 3 minutes to score 2 goals, and because you're down by 3, you can't even get a goal and pull the goalie. That is just frustrating when they do that, because you're feeling like they're not making something challenging for you. They're making something for you that you can't get. They're making it feel like you've got to get lucky, or you've got to have the best game of your life to get one of these challenges done. Now, yes, I'm saying this as someone that has finished them, but it took me 4 tries to complete this Michkov. And when I was done it at the end, I wasn't happy. Like, there was no like, yes, I did the moment. I'm happy. I finished it. Give me my 83 so I can move on. It was like a sigh of like, did it really have to be that hard for nothing? Like an 81 overall? Did it really have to be that hard? Like that's what it feels like. You don't get a sense of joy while you're doing them. You don't get a sense of fun, and you don't get a sense of accomplishment when you beat it. Instead, it's more of a, why did that have to be so ridiculous that I feel like most people won't be able to do it. Now, when you go down the game breakers, you do get stuff where it's just perfect 1Ts. This is not bad. This is how a moment should be. Something that is a task to go after, that you get done, and maybe you also learn how to do something in the game. But when you get into these score goals or the win games, that's just frustrating to be frustrating. Like, why are we on All-Star? Why are we down by 1? And why is it only 3 minutes that we have to try to come back and win this game? And then it's the same thing down here, right? Why is it like this? It is frustrating to be frustrating. It's supposed to be enjoyable. These make passes. You go in, you pass the puck around a couple of times, you get in, you get out. It's enjoyable. You got something done, and you get 1,000 coins for it. I get the Game Breaker collectibles have value, and you can turn those 6 collectibles in to get yourself an 81 plus, and 81 pluses has value, but it's not a value when 50% of the player base can't get it. It's a deterrent and a frustrating factor, and it divides player bases up. Moments are supposed to be fun, they're supposed to be challenging, but they're not supposed to be impossible for everybody. So I think if they changed it up where you could, this was like, instead of list of objectives, where it's like, hey, get a perfect 1T in a game. This moment's unlocked. You have game breaker moments, go get a perfect 1T. When you hit that perfect 1T, you can come here and you're like, I got my 1,000 coins for completing that. What's my next thing to do? My next thing to do is in squad battles or rivals, I got to go score a goal with any player, right? You can just work your way down this list while in squad battles and rivals. That's what I think, guys, and I think it would make it more enjoyable if you weren't playing moments like this, and if you could go to squad battles or rivals and do it. If you prefer to play rivals, you can easily get 1 goal with a player done. You could easily get toe drag shots. You could easily do these things in rivals where it lets you complete this task, that they want to give you these tasks, and it lets you get these rewards playing the game the way you want to play it, which is what we want to do. We want to play the game the way we want to play it. So that's just what I think, guys. If you think that too, give it a thumbs up. But if you don't think that, please leave in the comment section down below that you like the moments the way they are, or you think they need to change them, and in what way, because I would love to hear your feedback, guys. And I thank you for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Until next time, ciao, ciao.